What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL. Thank you guys for joining me, as always, for another DFS video. In this video, we're going to be covering the Kansas City at Buffalo Showdown game from Monday night. This game starts at 4 p.m. Central, I believe, so a lot earlier than normal, so make sure you reserve your entries. All that stuff. The scheduling is a little different than we're used to seeing. I mean, we're not used to seeing two games on Monday nights anyway, but because of COVID, it has kind of, in a weird way, blessed us with two games in one day. So, we're going to have the Kansas City Buffalo, and then after I cover this game, I'm going to make another separate video covering the Dallas Arizona game. All right? I'm not going to be covering the two game. You guys will get the guys that I like in these games, and you guys can just throw your two game together. But yeah, so we're going to cover the showdowns in these videos. Let's start off with this Kansas City Buffalo game. First and foremost, I'm really excited for this one. I think it's going to be a good game. Both sides should be able to score pretty easily. Both defenses, honestly, though, have been playing pretty solid defense this year. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. So let's get straight into it. First thing I noticed is Patrick Mahomes is 19-5 at captain. All right, which is really hard to make happen, to get Mahomes in the captain spot. That's not a necessity for sure. That's not something you have to do. My favorite captain, honestly, it comes down to a few guys. First up, probably Josh Allen as one of my favorite guys. Depends on what kind of value we end up having. But as of right now, Josh Allen is interesting to me just because of what he can do on the floor with his feet. And in a situation, if they were to fall down against Kansas City, he's going to do a ton of airing it out. This is a Kansas City secondary that just gave up almost 28 to Derek Carr. All right, Josh Allen is better than Derek Carr, plain and simple. Josh Allen is also at home. This is a very interesting spot here for this one. So I think he's going to be a good one. Buffalo just got embarrassed the last game they played. So expect Josh Allen to come out and really be, doing his thing. I think this game is going to be a shootout. It's going to be a really good one. So both defenses have been pretty solid, but I think both offenses are too high-powered to really be stopped. All right. Outside of that, I do want to talk about Travis Kelsey because when it comes to matchup-wise in general, Buffalo is third worst in the league against tight end, behind Atlanta and New Orleans. Okay, versus tight end, they've been giving it up fairly well. So what does that mean? That means you can expect Travis Kelsey to do fairly solid here. Okay, this is a Buffalo, to put it in perspective for you. Buffalo gave up 30 to Gesicki week 2. Gave up 16 to Waller. Waller's awesome, though. Gave up 21 to Jonnu Smith last week. Travis Kelsey's in a fantastic option. It is a fantastic option. If you want to go him at captain, I completely understand. Let's check. Kelsey's 15-6. Allen's 16-8. So it's close. Obviously, PPR scoring in DK. So I can understand you going Kelsey if you want to go Kelsey. But safety-wise, to just try to get that safe floor to get into the cash, Josh Allen will be the guy for you. And he's probably got the most upside out of anybody, to be honest with you. Next up, outside of that, obviously, Hilaire. Hilaire's one of my favorite guys on this slate at 8-4. He's almost 1,000 less than Stephon Diggs. I do like Stephon Diggs a lot. The only issue is this Kansas City defense pretty much knows that Stephon Diggs is a lot of their offense here. I mean, he did just get 16 targets in this last game against Tennessee, which is crazy. So you got to expect Kansas City to kind of game plan for this, which I wouldn't be surprised because of that. I would not be surprised to see, let me go to him real quick, John Brown show up. Okay, now as of right now, he's questionable for Monday's contest. You got to pay attention to it. It looks like he was a full participant in practice the last couple days, so he most likely will be playing in this one. And it's a fantastic spot for him at 5'8", with the Kansas City defense most likely focusing in on Stephon Diggs. I would not be surprised to see John Brown have a big game in this one. All right, so I just wanted to really mention him. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pair up Josh Allen with him. Josh Allen with John Brown, because John Brown gives him a cheap target. All right? Now, on the other side, on the Kansas City side, because the way we've got it right now, we've got Allen paired with one of his receivers. Now, honestly, I've gotten to the point where regardless, I just play Mahomes, okay? Because especially on these showdown slates, even Mahomes' worst days, he's going to probably be one of the highest scoring on the slate. You know what I mean? So it really does come down to the amount of value that we have, though. Okay, and we're going to get into value in a second. All right, now, first things first, let's talk about, because we have some guys we want to spend up for, let's talk about Zack Moss. All right, real quick, let's talk about Zack Moss. Now, Zack Moss is not a guy who is amazing. He's missed the last 3 games. All right, he's missed the last 3 games, but the first 2 games of the season against the Jets, he got 9 carries, a touchdown, 4 targets in the pass game, 3 catches, 16 yards. Next game, 8 carries. So what that's showing me is they really want to get him involved in some way, whether they throw him the ball or whatever. I can expect him to get at least about 8 to 10 carries here and about 3 targets or so in the pass game. And if he gets in the end zone at 1-6, will be a steal. Okay, so I want to definitely make sure I mention him because he's ready to go. He's back in the 2 games that he's played this season. He got 11 DraftKings points and 5 DraftKings points. He got 9 carries, 8 carries, and in one of the games he got 4 targets. The other game he got 1 target, and then one of the games he got in the end zone. So expect Zack Moss to be a decent value here. And remember, I said this: if Zack Moss gets in that end zone, man, you are going to be looking at a takedown line. Okay? So Zack Moss, I definitely wanted to mention him. Anybody else has value looking down? Obviously, we have Sammy Watkins out, so we're going to have Hardman. Hardman's one of them that's going to benefit at 6.8, but his price is a little bit up there, kind of priced appropriately. Outside of that, we also have a guy like, if you really want to punt, Pringle. Last year, we had a few opportunities to use Byron Pringle. He's only $400. Sammy Watkins out. You have to expect he might possibly get some extra added snaps on this one. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's definitely a tough decision, but he is only 400. You really don't need much out of him. Both kickers, Butker can be played for sure. He's a solid option as well. Butker and Tyler Bass. Both of these defense are decent enough that I could see a potential for them to get some solid field goals from time to time. And maybe, both offenses are good, so I don't expect them to stall too much. But I wouldn't be surprised to see some decent points out of the kickers. All right, let's talk about Cole Beasley. Another guy that could benefit if they really zone in on Stephon Diggs. I'm leaning John Brown because he's cheaper. But Cole Beasley at 6.2 is another solid option as well. All right, he's been very, very consistent this year. 9 is his lowest DraftKings points output this season. So I really like him. With John Brown coming back, that is going to hurt Beasley, and I do lean John Brown slightly over the 2, but just wanted to mention that. Demarcus Robinson. So we do have some solid options, man, down here at this low prices. 3K range. So with Sammy Watkins out, you're going to get more snaps for this guy. You're going to get more snaps for Pringle. They're going to, rotate some guys in. I would not be surprised to see a guy like Robinson or Hardman, you know what I mean, catch a bomb in this game. I would not be surprised, especially with Buffalo trying to contain Tyreek Hill from getting over top. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of these other guys beat him over top while they're focused on him. All right, so it's definitely a solid option. He's a guy that I'm definitely interested in. All right, another guy I want to talk about, last but not least, before we get out of here, Tyler Croft. Tyler Croft is another value at 2.8. He's another guy that's a solid option. He got 2 touchdowns week 3 against the Rams. The problem is you run the risk of not getting much at all from him. But at the end of the day, he's a solid value guy. He actually played 78% of the snaps in week 3 when Knox missed. And now I believe Knox is missing again. So this is your guy. Let me make sure, though. Yeah, Dawson Knox will be missing for week 6. So, yeah, Croft is probably the value of the slate. All right, if I had to choose any of these guys at the cheap range to be able to make my Mahomes, Josh Allen lines work. By the way, Hilaire is fantastic as well. So you just got to kind of figure it out. It's going to be a tough one, but if I had to choose, my favorite plays is going to be Josh Allen, Mahomes, and then Hilaire's right there. If I'm going to get off one of them, I'll probably get off Mahomes because his price is up there. I mean, think about it. If you get off of Mahomes at 13K, you can go down to Hilaire from him, and that's a huge gap, where Josh Allen is priced a lot lower than Mahomes. So Mahomes would be the guy that I would take out If you can't make it work, he would be the guy that I would take out, and I'd switch him for Hilaire. I love Hilaire a lot. I also like him as he can be played at captain as well. So this is a solid situation for Hilaire and a solid way to go. But yeah, Josh Allen's probably my favorite captain, just because of the potential that he has with his feet. He just got embarrassed last game. This is a good, solid shootout matchup at home in Buffalo. So I'm really excited to see Josh Allen go off in this one. And the price difference between him and Mahomes is huge. And my favorite target to pair with him is John Brown. And then you need to run it back if you don't go Mahomes because money issues. Like, we're not building a full line in this showdown vid, but if you can't go Mahomes because of money issues, I completely understand rocking Hilaire and then maybe being able to get some Kelsey and then some value guys. You know what I mean? Good luck, guys. GreenlightDFS.com to join the squad. If you didn't join us, we had an amazing week 6. That's 3 weeks in a row that we have smashed. Let's keep it going here on the showdown. If you didn't join us for week 6, you can go ahead and get tonight's. If you go to GreenlightDFS.com now, you can join up for week 7 now and go ahead and get Monday included. All right? Thank you guys for watching as always. Drop that like down below, and let's get it. I'm out.